Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's Indie Artist Music Hustle with Blonde Intelligence. I'm your host, Miss Ronnie, where I always seek to give you exquisite cranial repertoire. This week, we have a very special guest. We have the CEO of RockStar 86, Miss Tiffany Robinson. Say hello to everyone.
Hello, world. How are y'all?
We're doing fine over here in this neck of the woods. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out with letting you take over and tell everyone a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Tiffany Robinson, mostly known as Tiff Marie, Rockstar 86. I am just a happy spirit to be on this earth. I have been into the fashion industry since 2013. Oh my God, I have been some of everywhere. We're headed to Georgia in May. This month we're going to Houston. Next month it's Los Angeles, California. We're just ready. We're here and we're ready.
Okay. So tell me, what made you get into fashion designing initially?
Well, it was my dreams as a little girl. I've always had dreams about, I used to see myself actually on a runway. I didn't know if I was a model. I didn't know if I was a designer. But by the time I was 8 years old, it was quite clear. I used to play in my mom's dresses, and one day I ended up ripping one of her contour dresses. And when I ripped it, I'm 7 years old at the time, so I'm not knowing, hey, it's a purple velvet dress, use purple thread, right? I went and used red thread, but I sewed it up. My mom would have never known, and she told me she would have never known had I not used red thread. So I knew then, if I could sneak and get that back in the closet without her knowing, hey, girl, I can do it.
So tell me about some of your signature pieces.
Oh, wow. I would say one of my favorite pieces made CIE Fashion Magazine spread cover. It was a two-piece gold suit worn by Maisha from Houston, and it was just very spectacular. It was very special to me because that was one of those pieces that kind of highlighted my career as a designer. Meeting Raven Wilson, just being at the shoot with her being a creative director, and it blew her out the water. So I really knew then that, like I told you, that was one of my favorite pieces, and it's like 100 more. So, and I'm always creating. So,
okay. So I know in the beginning you was telling me a little bit about some of your upcoming events and some of your past events. I met you through the event Overnight Celebrity. So tell me, what made you come up with that concept, and how do you come up with a concept for any other fashion show that you design?
Well, as I told you, for one, I do believe in God, and He brings all kinds of great visions to my life, Ronnie. I can't take credit for anything that I haven't done myself. I pray about everything, and most of the time it comes to me in a dream, and from that dream I write it down, and God said to write it down on paper and make it plain for Him to see it. That's what I'm doing, girl. I mean, that's how RockStar 86 got started. Also, my daughter's brand, Dream Diamonds Incorporated, it was all from a dream. I had dreams about diamonds, and I kept trying to figure out where the diamonds were coming from, and I was like, it must be the girls. And we started working together, and they're internationally published as well. I mean, I'm very proud of what we're doing. It's the route we chose, so yeah.
So what was the last event that you've done?
Oh, wow. Last summer we were on a fashion tour. We did Katya Fashion Week, which was bananas. I kind of really showed out there. Took my own horn, but we did mostly all the fashion weeks last summer. We really slowed up due to the COVID
I was going to
issue.
ask you about that.
Yeah, we slowed up due to the COVID issue. Me and my children actually ended up catching COVID. We don't know where. We don't know if it came from Missouri. We don't know if it came from the events in Arkansas. We don't know if it came from Louisiana. That's how much we were moving around. So we really don't know where it came from, but we're glad that we passed that stone. And girl, we're ready to keep kicking. We are ready.
But one of the things that we did leave out in the introduction that I want to touch back around now, I want you to tell everybody where you're from and tell me, how do you set the trend for fashion where you are?
Well, I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana. Most people call it Ratchet City. Okay. And just I think just reaching out to the children, just teaching them, how to do something different. I spend a lot of my time with the children of Shreveport, uh, pretty much anywhere, but mostly, we're doing something, and I'm investing a lot in the children because I feel like they're the future, and someone has to do it. So if I have to make a whole bunch of community leaders, I'm with that. If I have to make a whole bunch of fashion designers, braiders, entrepreneurs, sewers, whatever it is they love the most about me, I'm for it, and I'm definitely looking forward to just opening an outreach center at some point and just having that form for after school tutoring to save them off the streets, basketball, homework, whatever, just I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay. I know that you mentioned a little bit ago about your daughters being designers. Are they
Hmm.
designers together, or are there two separate designers
Well,
alone?
Talia is more of the sewer. She's really the designer of the two of them. I have to give you the honest to God truth. She has been sewing since she was 7 years old. I'm really proud of my baby. She's a scholar, on every level from school, just everything she does. She braids. She's just a great big sister overall. Tiana's more of the jewelry maker. She's more the promoter, the superstar behind the crew, and she's just really the face of the company. Tahana is very hands on. She's learning to sew, but I think she's gonna stick with jewelry for a while.
Okay. So tell me this, with, I know you spoke about COVID a little bit. How did COVID like take you totally by surprise? What were you going to do and realize that you couldn't do it anymore pertaining to going to your fashion shows?
Oh
Besides just
wow.
being with me. So how it didn't stop you. I know it didn't stop you. How did it slow you down?
Well, it did kind of stop me, and it did slow me down a lot. I feel like over the last past 2 years, just not just me, it's a lot of fashion designers that I feel like would be in retail had we had that 2 year stretch to keep working, and more retailers will come to shows or whatnot, or I mean, it's as a fashion designer, it's not easy at all, to have your brand plastered everywhere, and that's our goal. Most of us want to be nationwide retailers like myself. I want to be a retailer for everywhere. I don't want to just be a local designer. So, I would say that it slowed us down by getting into retail stores, and also if you don't have like websites and stuff, it made it really hard for us as designers. So, yeah.
Okay, so I want to ask you this question. In the media, there has been several stories of
Mhm.
smaller designers getting their designs stole by either celebrities or bigger name designers. What do you do to safeguard yourself against that, and how do you really feel about that?
Oh wow. That has happened to me before. I don't want to speak on which designer, the location or anything, but let's just say It's a learning experience for one. It teaches you to not trust everybody for one. When you're trying to build a foundation for your brand. For two, my biggest thing was I stopped showing things. Before shows. If you want to see it, come to the show. If you don't see it at the show, then you can see the JPEGs after the event or something, or you can catch it published in the magazine or something. You just have to really protect yourself on everywhere around it, because someone's going to get inspired by you, which is really good. But you don't want them that have the same ideas as you. You don't want someone to mimic your every move. So it's very, man, it's a lot coming with being a fashion designer, a custom fashion designer as well. And may I say that it's a lot of people saying that they're fashion designers. If you're not customizing it, if you can't take a role and cut it up and make something, you are not a fashion designer. You are a brand, honey. I just want to solidify that while we're on, because it's a lot of foolishness in this industry. So
do you think that there should be punishment for that?
Yes. Yes. And I think the boundaries should be in place. If you're a boutique, you're a boutique. That's wholesale. You got a t-shirt line. That's a brand. You're just stamping a name on it. And I'm not trying to stop anybody's, hustle. I'm not trying to stop, but someone has to say it. It's someone has to say it. Hey, who better to say it than Tiffany Robinson of RockStar 86, internationally published fashion designer? Who best to say it? I got you.
How do you feel about the Black culture being mimicked in fashion?
Oh, wow. Me and the designer Coco Manette of Lady Shatori, big shout out to her, we were talking about that earlier, okay? I think with social media being a platform for everybody, it's easy for someone to just say, hey, I'm this. My biggest thing of that being is I was taught in fifth grade that you want to be wrote about in the history books. That was my biggest goal. That was my goal in life, to be wrote about when they make the history books. So, to see the fashion industry being watered down, sugar coated, tampered with, wow, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I really feel like us as designers, not only African American designers, of course, we have to stick together, and we have to want the other designer to win. We can't be out here trying to hold them back. If they're having a show and you're there, go and support them, because you know what it's like to be a fashion designer, an independent fashion designer instead, a Black independent fashion designer. So if we can come together as Black designers, man, I think we can really do some stuff.
Okay. So tell me this. They always say that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Mm-hmm. And to each his own. Everybody have their own brain. But mm-hmm. I have seen some fashion to me, and I was like, now where in the world did they get this? Where is somebody going to wear this? And it costs thousands of dollars. Do you think that some fashion is not fashion and is really garbage, but they're getting their publicity because they're already famous? Or what do you think about
yes. This is what I can say. I've spoken about this before on numerous of interviews. I feel like if you are a creator of anything, like you're a creator, you're a host, you do your thing, you do art, Everything you do, from me, hair, me, clothing, it's art. It's art. Fashion is art. And that's, oh my God. I think if I interviewed or asked 100 fashion designers what they love the most about fashion, they would say the creativity of it. I mean, it's really art. At this upcoming fashion show in May, I'm really ready to I'm really ready to show another side of me. I'm really ready. I'm excited. I'm eager. We have really been working hard, and I would love to show you what I mean about fashion as art. But some stuff is not wearable. So
I get you. So tell me this. How do you go through your process of picking out models in your show?
oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. And I can't speak from experience because we just got past a casting call and we have literally been looking over 200 different application submissions from different models. It was very hard, very, very, very hard to narrow it down. And of course, with the COVID restrictions, you have to be mindful of the designers and the crowd and everything and everybody that participates with the show. So we had to narrow it down to 20 models out of 200 submissions. I don't think I slept in days. So we actually look for the models that represent every brand on a certain level. Someone that's very versatile. Ethic does not matter. We have every ethic in the show. Um, we really look for someone who's very versatile. You can do couture, but you can do fashion, high fashion. You can do swimsuits. You can do lingerie. We look for people that's very versatile. It's not really about the looks, or the size. So, and age doesn't play a big role in fashion either. I just want to add.
Okay, I asked that question because I think back to watching America's Next Top Model and how they would go through the process and how they would tell people that they were eliminated and how it was an issue if you felt emotional, if you were eliminated and all of that. So tell me, that brings me to my next question. How do you deal with models? Because I asked artists this too, and I'm going to get into how this ties into music. But how do you deal with models that have the perfect size? They fit the clothes like a glove. I mean, everything is great except for the attitude thing. What
Oh
do you
wow.
do in that situation, and what advice would you give to somebody else?
Well, one thing I can say is a bad apple don't roll far from the tree. So most producers, okay, when you notice something's not going well with a certain someone or something, or you see a certain something, the best thing is to remove them. And one thing I can tell you about, from designers to models, artists, anything, if you are not bookable, then you kill yourself with your career. I mean, it's no career if people can't book you, if people can't work with you, if people can't criticize you, if people can't, like I said, you have to be versatile, and that's mentally, physically, emotionally. You have to be versatile in this industry. You have to be versatile because, like you say, sometimes you might go to a fashion show and they have you wearing a bow tie and bells. How are you going to deal with that? You have to be so strong mentally that you can deal with anything that comes to you in this fashion industry, music industry. I know a lot of musicians. This stuff is not for the weak. It's not for the weak. Trust me. So get it together if you plan on having a career in the fashion or the music industry, because like I said, it takes a lot of hard work. You have to invest in yourself. Listen to me. You have to invest in yourself. If you don't, like I said, you will not have a career, okay? You will not.
Okay. So my
Mm-hmm.
next question is, I have heard stories of
Mm-hmm.
celebrities wanting to wear some fashion designers' clothes, or some fashion designers wanting some celebrities to wear their clothes, but the celebrities at points in time feel
Yeah.
like they don't have to pay for the piece. So I want you to tell everyone the things, the preparation that goes into designing the piece, even if you're not designing it for anybody in particular, and why the designer deserves to be paid for their piece.
Well, for one, the material. Okay. People don't take in account that you're using your electricity, to see, to sew. You're using your gas to go and get the fabric, needle, thread. You have to fit them, which takes time out. Hey, I can be cooking a meal, you have to still sketch and design the piece. And then by the time you get ready to work and finally start sewing and cutting, and you have invested at least a week, depending on like you said, if it's for a client, if it's for a fashion show, if it's for prototype, if it's for whatever it's for, you're going to invest at least a week per item. That's just if you care about your brand. Now, if you can come up with something today and make it today and it's out today, then you go ahead. But at the same time, you have to worry about quantity, not with the people, but also quality with the people, because that's what they want. They want quality. They don't want to walk around in something that's falling off of them. So yes, it takes time to make any piece, and like you said, from swimsuit to a contour dress, girl, that can take months,
Okay.
even years.
I see you got some pieces behind you. You want to show us some?
Well, like I said, you can see the fabrics. We really don't want to reveal anything until the fashion shoots, and well, Miss Raven got something big coming up for me in April, so you'll get a chance to see some artwork and some of these awesome pieces back here, man. We just gotta really just take our time with everything, because if I don't, things won't go in order. And like I said, it takes time, even with a vision. I know what I want to showcase, when I want to showcase it. I also know that different models, just like you said, it's all about time in the fashion industry. And we definitely want to time these. We want to time these because these are timeless pieces. These are timeless pieces.
Yes, okay. How important? We know it's important, but on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is it? Is fashion to a music video?
Oh wow.
And I'm not
That's
even
like
speaking, I'm
that's
speaking in the form of artistic form, not just the clothes you wear, but I mean, even with the background and the everything. And how do you feel and how important that is? And how do you use those, I would say, natural elements to make the outfit pop?
well, fashion is like number one when it comes to a music video. You need it to even make the video go to the next level, okay? If the fashion is off, the song is off, the video is off, the artist is off, okay? So it's best to work with your stylist. It's best to work with your stylist. It's best, and pay someone, because you don't want to look crazy on your videos. So,
Okay, so tell me this. Have you had a problem, especially with independent artists? Because we talk about independent artists, and a lot of them have a budget and they still, work another job or whatever.
mhm.
How do you approach the subject of pay me?
Well, I mean, I'm thinking that when people contact me, I'm just gonna speak from experience. When people contact me, the first thing I ask them after hello and how can I help you is what's your budget, And to be honest, A budget is important on so many levels: music video, fashion, all those good things. Um, if you can find something that will work within their budget, I usually try to help people though. I don't lowball myself, but I do try to help if I can. I'll give them some pieces, well, loan them some pieces, or go and style them for the video or something. I even know other fashion designers that would love the publicity. So yeah, we just work with them, and try to stay within their budget.
Okay. You showed me a flyer earlier. Would you like to show the flyer that you had?
Yes. May 5th, 6th, and 7th, come see us for International Independent Designers Fashion and Art Week. We'll be in Douglasville,
Where's Douglasville?
Georgia. Douglasville, Georgia, people.
All right. Well, I thank you for coming. It was very enjoyable talking to you. I need you to give everybody your social media handle, where they can find you, where they can find your pieces at, if they need something custom done, anything about RockStar 86 and Tiffany Robinson.
Okay. Y'all just follow me on TikTok. Just type in Rockstar86 and baby, everything's gonna pop up. I'm telling you, Facebook, Instagram, at Bossy and Sexy. Follow me and I follow back. Boo boo boo.
All right, y'all heard her. Y'all can find us everywhere on all podcasts and platforms. You can find the video now on podcasts for Spotify. Don't forget to come to International Designers Fashion and Art Week. It's going to be in Douglasville, Georgia on, what's the date again?
May 5th, 6th, 7th of 2022. Hosted by your girl, MJ, baby.
Hosted by the girl, MJ. Y'all don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, because that's what moves the logarithms, and get out and support our Black people. Bye.
Bye.